Hello, this is talkyourownTV, and I'm here with one of Plateau State's son of the soil. Please introduce yourself.
My name's Comrade Manji, Global Youth Ambassador of Peace, right activist, a political scientist, and I believe in one Nigeria. I believe in peace on the plateau, which I happen to come from, and peace in Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much. We're going to be talking about some sensitive things that have been happening in Plateau State, Nigeria.
That's right.
So that the people of Plateau State, we know what is going on. The people in Nigeria, we know what is going on, and people all over the world.
That's right, sir.
A lot has been going on the plateau. What
right.
is your take on the series of crises in the state?
Actually, my take is that what we have lacking in the series of the rigorous crisis on the plateau since 2001, 2008, 2009, 2010 till now is that government have been lackadaisical about treating the perpetrators as they are. What do I mean by that is that government failed to punish the perpetrators, as they are. They will arrest them and come and release them again. And that is why the crisis continues. You will find out that the criminals are arrested instead for them to be prosecuted here. And at the same time again, people that have killed people again, suddenly you see them reappearing in their villages. So it has been taken for granted by government, and we want government to be serious this time around. Let it be a court martial. Let there be a jungle justice for these dangerous criminals. Nobody will like injustice. People cannot go and wipe a village, and tomorrow again they will come and keep them in a cell or in where they will get comfort and release them to go back again. Okay,
sorry. Let me just cut you in here. You talked about jungle justice.
That's
what
right.
do you mean by jungle justice?
Yes, jungle justice might sound a bit, for those of us that are in the struggle, for those of us that are in activism. Jungle justice is that when you do good, you see good. When you do bad, you see bad. If you kill, it is not bad for people that are killed to be kept in prison. It is not bad for people that have killed to be killed. That is if we will have a lasting peace in this country. When you go to countries like China, if they caught you in corruption charges, they hang you. And China was one of the corrupt countries in the world before. But not until they deliberately decide that if anybody is caught doing crimes, stealing public funds and those things like that, should be hung. And today China is the best economy in the world. I think that is where we are toying to in Nigeria. If we will not take a drastic decision to deal with these criminals, I think Afghanistan is close to us. Zamfara state is at the bandits are taking over the state. Governor is coming out to say, people should go on self-defense. Citizens are turning to terrorists. I think if it gets to its worst, the jungle justice, criminals should be eliminated in our society so that we'll have peace. We cannot rehabilitate snakes and scorpions. They can never be friends at any time. Thank you.
All right. Are you saying, in your view, that the government is not handling the situation as it should?
Yes.
Okay.
But we are praying that the government should sit up, since it wants to swallow the supremacy and the powers of the government.
When you talk about the government, are you referring to a particular person? Are you referring to a particular office? Who is the government you're talking about here?
I am talking about the government. When we talk about the government, just like we are here on the plateau, we have the governor, we have the speaker, and we have the stakeholders. That's the traditional rulers. So when we are talking about the government, we are talking about how the governor is able to manage his relationship with the speaker, how the governor is able to manage his relationship with the traditional rulers. Because these are the victims. That's the traditional rulers. These are the communities that are affected. They are under their care. So if there is a good synergy with the governor and the traditional rulers and the speaker, whom is still with the people that represent all these communities. It is sad. A first-class chief was murdered in this state from Bokos local government. And silence keep continuing. We cannot continue to be silenced in the midst of injustice because it's crime. So we are saying that the government, through these bodies, should sit up and take a drastic decision to ensure that things are fine, to ensure that a law is met, even a state law. We can have a state police. We can have community police, just like governors are clamoring for now. We cannot allow it to swallow us before we talk of solutions. But the government, through these bodies.
Okay. You have said so much. But the APC majority leader of the House of Assembly passed a vote of confidence on the governor.
That's right.
Do you second to this?
I did not second to that, and I did not even take it serious because it's a party decision.
Oh, it's a part, not a
it's not there. Yes, he's just a member of the Plateau State House of Assembly or majority leader, as you said. But that is not a sitting of Plateau State House of Assembly members.
Oh.
It's their party stakeholders meeting. So they can endorse whoever they want to endorse. We will never pray for the governor to fail. But things must be right. The governor cannot succeed alone. They must work hand in hand with the speaker. They must work hand in hand with the stakeholders. And I would like to say this with all sense of responsibility. Our stakeholders must be serious. Our stakeholders must sit up. Our stakeholders must speak the truth and the reality of what happened in our villages. They cannot be killing in Bokos and you come and say there is peace in Jos for somebody to hear in Abuja. They cannot be killing in Basa and you come and sit down and as if they seal your mouth. They cannot be killing in Riam and you come as a stakeholder and sit down quiet. So, silence is dangerous.
So you're saying silence is one of the problems that has escalated the crisis in Plateau State. Is that what you're saying?
Of course, the silence of our stakeholders and the silence of the government in reacting to the culprits. Every crisis, they caught criminals. They caught people that are involved in this. Even as I speak to you, when you go to the CID, I will say this with all sense of responsibility. There was a time I am a member of the Plateau Youth Council. There was a time we sat down with the governor and he is telling us how he suffered some of these things. And what I told him is that Abraham Lincoln said you should be tough to tough people under your leadership and you should be soft to people that are soft to you, when it has to do with leadership. That was what I told the governor. I said, those that are making life tough for you, be tough to them and you will get it right. But when you say you are meek, you are kind, they take it for granted. Who are they? They cannot be more than Plateau State. Plateau State is bigger than an individual, it's bigger than a caucus, and it's bigger than a group of few microscopic few that will want to sabotage the welfare of citizens.
Okay, the people of Plateau State are screaming self-defense.
That's right.
Even the speaker had to talk about it. But the larger government, the federal government, is saying that people should allow the police and the army take care of them. Which of these options will you actually give the people of Plateau State that will keep them safe from what you have seen so far?
From what I've seen so far, which I happen to also be a victim, because students of University of Jos were killed. At a point in time when I was a student leader in University of Jos, I have to volunteer myself as the National Association of Political Science Students President and Secretary General of Nigerian University. I have to turn myself as a vigilante leader. The students give that voice and support for me to be a vigilante leader where I bought mattress and put in the gate of the entrance of Naraguta Hostel. And I am tipping my friends because God bless us above each other to ensure that the hostel is safe for students, because you heard that students are by the gate of permanent side, they stab them. Students are at the entrance, they stab them. I'm just using this as an example, to a little defense, internal defense that can save a community. For Plateau State, all these options that you have given, I will suggest that the option of Plateau people saving themselves, self-defense, is the best. Why? Because our security are compromised. When they want to operate religion, ethnicity, and the incumbent government, we have the government on the top have inflict the integrity and the strength of the security.
Okay. What words would you like to leave with the youths of Plateau State, people of Plateau State, and government of Plateau State?
What I will love to leave with the youth of Plateau State and the government of Plateau State is that it is disheartening, it's a trying moment, and it's a time that we need to unite as young people. Issues of securities are not issues of intelligence alone. There is need for love. There is need for tolerance. There is need for unity. How does this happen? We have to take away all the differences. I cannot deny the fact that on the plateau, we don't have our brothers that are Muslims. But we must learn to live together in peace. We must learn to shell off drums of war. Of the recent, I condemn the Sheikh Dair Bauchi for saying if compensation is not given to the victims of Ondo attack that are passing through Jos, there will be war in Jos, and suddenly killings and other things happen. We must learn to take ourselves away from comments, even it is cleric comments that will incite violence. We should take ourselves away from that. Plateau youth should be united in love and peace. We should pray and we should be vigilant. Since we have the option, or the option we are having today is the option of self-defense, we should be vigilant so that the enemies will not take us by surprise. With God, I know Plateau youths will conquer. Plateau State will conquer. The government will be on top of situation. If we are all vigilant and we speak out truth as it is, not hiding it, because it's what you hide that will kill you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
We have heard a lot from you, and we believe we'll be getting more updates, and also believe that the people of Plateau State will add their voice to what you have said,
yes, sir.
Either in support or otherwise.
Thank you, sir.
As a human rights activist, are there places you have taken your campaign to, and what results have you gotten?
Actually, I will say it, I am grateful to God. So far, so good. My voice so loud in the community of National Association of Nigerian Students. While we are in the university, we were able to stabilize school fees. Where we paid 7,000, it was shoot to 17,000, but we were able to bring it down to 12,000 naira. That was as of that time when we were in the university, not until we left. And there were no voices that could pick up from where we are. The school fees shoot from 12,000 to 27 and 27, now to 50 something today. But I am praying that God will help and raise more people in the struggle so that we join effort, join force to ensure that there is stability in the society. I have spoken for my colleagues that we work together. We went to court with government at the end of the day. It was good, it was settled, and about 98 workers got back their jobs. To be specific, Bokos local government. We have gone to struggle for the strike of the the continuous strike of the NUC, that happens years back, where students are home for over 6 months. I think I led a protest to the National Assembly, and the protest yielded fruit. At the end of the day, the strike was called off. When I get there, let me tell you this testimony. The police at the National Assembly say, see, don't fear, or if you are thinking we are stopping you, we'll do as if we are stopping you, but go and make the protest. Our children are at home. Things are not fine for us. We want them to go back to school. And at the end of the day, the speaker have to come out and address Nigerian students and Nigerian youths, and they call off the strike, and Nigerian students went back. So, we even had a partner with a human rights defender in UK, where they also come, and we lend a voice to the media houses, national TVs, and media outlets, just like you are promoting, justice and information to humanity, like you are doing, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Talk Your Own TV would like to know one last thing. Is there anything the general public can do to help push your cause forward to achieve your goals?
Actually, if there is anything I had always want from the general public, is the encouragement. The encouragement that this should be sustained. Humanity should not be brutalized. Humanity should not suffer molestation. The rich should not suppress the poor. And the law should not only be for the poor. When we wake up and we get calls of encouragement, there is nothing as good as that to me. It makes me to be strong because I'm not looking for food. I am not looking for money from anybody to go to media and say anything. We want the humanity to enjoy the impact of what is supposed to be for the humanity. We want the welfare of the humanity to be fair, balanced, and just. Because an injury to one should be an injury to all in an ideal society.
Thank you very much, Comrade Manji. We're glad that you came up for this interview, and we appreciate what you have said.
Thank you, sir.
I believe we'll be getting more updates, as I said earlier on.
That's right.
And the people of Plateau State will add their voice to this, either seconding or otherwise.
That's right, sir.
This is Talk Your Own TV. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Talk Your Own TV.